Now we're good. Welcome to the world of Hearthron. Come join us as we travel through the adventures and tales of the Yawning Portal. I am your host, storyteller, and dungeon master, Bilbo. So come join us as we adventure through each one of these great adventures in the tales of the Yawning Portal. We're going to start with the Sunless Citadel, work our way up through the Tomb of Horrors, where everyone will probably die. Now, I will be doing some twists and turns, adjustments for our heroes that may not quite make it, might not be in the books a little bit. These adventures will all take place in my world of Hearthron. However, I plan to tie in as much of the lore as I can from each of the adventures and keep it as authentic to the classics in the book as well as the newer adventures in the book. My best to pay homage to each one of them. These are dungeon crawl adventures. I've built or expanded on places and people for characters to interact with, role playing, and really make a campaign out of it from start to finish. Some of my home rules will come into play how I do experience. I give experience for combat, role playing, interesting backstories, individual character moments, and anything else I feel is experience worthy as I go back and listen to our last session. So even though we're starting all the characters out tonight at first level, they'll probably become second or even third level after this first session tonight. Also, if a character dies, and it's going to happen along the way, I'm sure of it, and can't be raised for whatever reason, the player can either bring in a new first level character as part of my home rules in whatever adventure that we are currently in, or even possibly take over an NPC that's assisting the group through the remaining part of that adventure. I then will allow that experience that NPC collected over that adventure while that player was controlling them, and then they can start out with a new character once they return to the Yawning Portal. And it really, some adventures, if they're in the middle of something where there's just no place to bring in an NPC or a character, they'll just have to sit out the remaining session or two while the rest of the group finishes up. So, I hope you enjoy the stories we will tell over the months to come. Let's begin. We'll start out here with session 0. Our players are going to talk about their characters they plan to start with, at least. And as you'll notice, this group is rather larger than the standard 4 to 5 characters that these adventures are designed for. So I'll make certain adjustments in the adventures, such as increasing the amount of creatures, raising hit points, or even having creatures' damage increased. I recommended to my players to bring in a wizard, warlock, sorcerer type, a rogue, a cleric. Advice to people out there, I would without a doubt bring these 3 classes into most of these adventures, especially the later ones. If you don't, you will be in trouble. So let's see if they followed Bilbo's advice here. So, let's start with Elle. Tell us about your character you're playing.
Well, do you want me to just go into the type of character from a more metagame reference?
Yeah, you don't need to go into your description yet, but what are you playing, metagame wise? What are you playing?
Elle is a High Elven cleric. She will be most likely the majority of the party's healing, and she's very slight, wears chain shirt and shield, but favors the benefit benefits of Trabella, the goddess of luck and fate. And so she's also light on her feet, able to sneak through the shadows. And we'll let her personality come to show. So.
Okay, perfect. Who do you also, El? Who did you worship? I didn't think that.
Trabella.
Trabella. Sorry, that's perfect actually. All right, and then Erebus.
All right. So you can hear me?
Oh yes.
Okay, cool. So I'm playing an elf. Should I say more, Bilbo?
Well, you can just elf. What are an elf? Yes, and
I'm an elven rogue.
Okay. We can leave it at that.
Really quiet. Wears a studded leather armor. Has a short sword and a long sword and a dagger and a short bow. A lot of weapons. What else I'm gonna say? I'm Elle's traveling companion for the moment, and we may tell the backstory if we have time or you want us to.
Yeah, we'll probably get to that when you right before you enter the tavern.
Cool. What else? That might be it. I'm ready to lead points for the group and try to take care of those traps before they get us.
Yep, and there'll be plenty of them along the way of these adventures. Thorn.
Yeah, I'm a half elf, and I'm a bard, but I grew up on the streets, and I'm not actually sure what my other half really was, except for, well, my mother was an elf, and I just want to sing.
Perfect.
Great.
All right.
But I'm not necessarily good at it.
All right, Valian, is that how you say it?
Yep, Valian. So I am also playing an elf, more specifically a moon elf, who is a wizard, and he will become a diviner in the long run. He's pretty much a local to Bilbo's great island, Pandaea, the elven homeland, I would say, and his parents were both druids, so he was born out in the wild, kind of in a remote area, and kind of went again. His parents wanted him to become a druid, but he ended up becoming a wizard, which we'll talk about more later. But so he's going to become a diviner, and he also worships Bilbo's homebrew god Celebron, the god of time and stars and such. So he's obsessed with stars and time in general and such. So that's, I think, adequate description for him for the time being.
All right, perfect. Zazriel.
Zazriel is a Azamirian ranger who is very wise and charismatic. She loves to be in command and tell people what to do and make sure that people are staying in check and not doing terrible deeds that would upset the balance of good and evil.
Okay, and then last but not least, Sasku.
So, Sasku is... You can tell he's a monk by why he's not wearing armor. He's wearing these blue robes with a black cloak, and you can see, like, a slight hilt of his short sword on his back, and then he has these throwing knives across his chest. They're, like, completely visible. Like, 10 throwing knives that are, like, on this rope, or, like, satchel, basically.
Okay.
And he was raised in a monastery, and the monastery was attacked by a large group of hill giants, and they'll save the rest for the backstory.
All right, perfect. All right, way to go, guys. All right, so... Each of you have recently joined the Green Dragon Adventuring Guild out of the port city, Mount Baker's View, a small but very well fortified dwarven and human city on top of a mountain. Each of you have been asked to meet Durnan early this morning at the Yawning Portal Inn and Tavern, which is the watering hole for the Green Dragon Adventuring Guild. This is your first assignment from the guild. As each of you approach, and then this is where I'll ask for some descriptions and maybe some more of your backstories. As each of you approach, a signboard that simply reads "The Yawning Portal" hangs on chains from a black iron pole above the front door. It's a stone building with a slat roof. The Yawning Portal has 4 levels with 2 upper floors offered as guest rooms, and the top floor is the residence of Durnan and his family. As each of you enter this tavern, the floors are well-worn boards, but the main impression you get from the tavern is comfort. Rich blue tapestries decorate the wood-paneled walls in the common room, which consists of a long bar, several tables of stout wood, along with some private booths along the walls. The biggest thing here, as you're going to notice, is in the center of the tavern is a stone well, about 40 feet across, about 2 feet high, with a lip of about 3 feet, where a couple of patrons are actually even sitting on right now. Some of you have heard that there's been many nights where a drunk has fallen into the well to their death of 140 feet down. There's a big iron wrench with a chain and a large metal cage basket attached to the chain, which can fit 4 people in this basket. This leads to Undermountain, and adventurers can pay 150 gold pieces each to be lowered down into Undermountain. There is also a cost of 300 gold pieces to come back. However, most don't have the chance to ever return from Undermountain to pay that 300 gold. There is a stone statue that's right next to this well. The statue is the goddess Tribella, the goddess of luck. Some kiss the statue before they go down. There's also a small stage where musicians play in the evening, as currently no one is there. There's also, behind the bar, there's hung a great sword on the wall. And under the great sword, there is a wood sign that reads, Durnan rules. Rule number 1, no courting Durnan's daughters. Rule number 2, no fighting. Rule number 3, no courting Durnan's daughters. Breaking any of these 3 rules will get you kicked out or killed by Durnan. Behind the bar stands a rather tall human male wearing a red vest with a tie, white dress shirt underneath. Durnan looks like he's in his 40s, but it is rumored that Durnan explored Undermountain over 50 years ago. He has black hair and has lamb chop beard. Even in his 40s, it looks like he could easily wield that great sword behind him on the wall. Durnan is one of the high lords that runs the Green Dragon Adventuring Guild. Durnan built the Yawning Portal and Tavern over the entrance here of Undermountain, or one of the entrances into Undermountain, and with some of the gold that he recovered from the adventure in Undermountain is where he built the tavern, and now is the self-proclaimed gatekeeper of Undermountain. As each of you enter the tavern, he will wave you to the bar to take a seat there along the bar. This early in the morning, there are only a few patrons here in the common area. All seem to be eating breakfast. So why don't I start with El and Erebus as you come in, and maybe explain to us how you arrived here in the port city of Mount Baker's View.
Leading off with the long story, huh?
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
figured you'd go last. So as far as history, I'll start off with how Elle met Erebus. Elle was part of the resistance work of a network trying to undermine Guerreno's control of Wintershed during the war. She was trained as a priestess of Trabella and a spy throughout that time. Her role was to put on a nice face and cover for others who were more actively involved. Often, she was sent to outlying farms or even other villages for legitimate duties, as well as the occasional smuggling of people, weapons, and information. After the war, many groups left or returned to regular work. Elle was still given messenger duties and such, but with less urgency, danger, and excitement. A visit from 2 travelers from Quindeno changed that. One, an older human, well-built, with the calluses and garb of a smith. The other, by his stature, an elf in simple clothing, hood drawn low, stood aside, silent in the chapel. Mistress Keth, the high priestess in Elitet's order, met with the human, taking the 2 into a small room. Elle, curiosity piqued, immediately went to listen to the door. He obviously cannot stay here. Either his kind or ours. We'll discover him at some point, Keth declared. If he is to go to Anlin, he will need more than a letter of marque to find a fitting place to reside. Sister Elitet, Mistress Keth called, do come in and join us. You are sufficiently quiet, but as predictable as the sun. Opening the door, Elle was taken aback. She instinctively placed one hand on her short sword. Never in her 50 years had she actually seen the jet black skin of a real drow. His eyes were piercing, yet lacking any sense of hostility. Rather, his body was relaxed, and his hands made no motion to respond to hers. This man, Erebus, made a great sacrifice in assisting our side against the drow houses allied with Guerreno. He is at our mercy due to his origin, trapped outside the acceptance of drow or elf society. But we owe him a debt, and have agreed to help him to do what is right. We shall help him leave here and find a place to reside where he is more likely to be left alone by both groups. Gesturing toward the human, the priestess continued. Teresh has asked our order for assistance. I am inclined to assign this mission to you, Elitet. You have done well in your role here. You will escort Erebus to Anlin in Terran. You will keep him safe and hidden aboard the ship you take, and upon arrival you will arrange for lodging. Until you find a suitable place for him to live and provide for himself, you will be his caretaker. I will send letters of marque for both of you, attesting your official role and Erebus's worthiness as an ally here. That may not sway some entities in power. Use discretion. We will house him here until you leave. You will treat Erebus as a friend of the church and the elves. Is that understood? Elle nodded, then took her hand from her pommel and offered a handshake toward the stoic drow. An awkward pause. Erebus slowly raised his hand to meet hers, in a gesture he'd only seen before. We get to cut to Erebus.
All right.
Next chapter.
So,
Well done.
yeah, so what happened next in the intervening time is we actually were hired by the city, and we went on a mission. There was a group of us, and after that mission was successful, we were hired by someone else to go retrieve something on a beach, in a cave, actually. And as we approached, we made the mistake of deciding to attack during the day, which is terrible for me and not great for anyone. So we were noticed, and a fight broke out, which we were on the unsuccessful side of, and we were captured. And so that's where the story will pick up. I don't actually know what happened to the rest of our group. That'll maybe come out later once someone dies and we have to bring them in. So I'll start my narrative here. So the pirates ripped off my mask, and upon seeing the color of my skin, soon lashed me high upon the main mast. I baked and burned in the sun as never before, as the ship was slowly loaded and eventually made its way to the sea. Days passed. Elle whispered in my ear now and again, using her magic. If her words brought comfort, I don't recall it. Parched and barely able to see, I was finally pulled down from the mast. Deep, dry slits spread widely across my face and chest. I was hauled roughly to my feet. The captain spat. "You're taking too long to die and dirtying up my mast at the same time. Time to swim with the sharks." Then my own sword, Shadow Smite, was thrust roughly at my midsection, edging me closer to the edge. I retreated slowly, climbing up to the edge of the ship. And now finally it was time for our desperate idea. Low and barely audible, I croaked, "Only I can unlock the true power of that weapon. Only me." The captain stopped, his interest piqued. "Spill your guts or I will." Captain enjoyed his own jokes a little too much. In a slow, hoarse voice, I revealed, "Feed it fresh drow blood every night at midnight, and it will give you the night's power of stealth." What sort of life have you just bought yourself, maggot? The captain laughed. "Bring him below deck. Let's test his words and his blood." That night and every night thereafter, the captain visited me in my cell, where I remained cold, hungry, and wounded, manacled to the floor. Each night the captain drew his sword, slowly and deliberately, across my flank, making certain to coat its entire length in my blood. Days passed. Elle would whisper the goings-on in the ship. I'm not sure if these ramblings were for her sake or mine, but I mostly just listened. Turns out she doesn't need much encouragement to talk. We waited a few slow and endless weeks for the ship to get close to shore. We learned the captain's and crew's routines. Initially, the captain was cautious with me, bringing 2 pirates each night as escorts. But as time passed, he became confident and cocky. Elle alerted me that the time had finally came. She could see the lights of the shore from the upper deck. I waited stoically as the captain, one final time, quenched the sword with my blood. Then, as he walked unknowingly away, I slipped free from the manacles, using a nail that was provided by Elle, and I padded softly behind the captain, lifting his dagger from his belt, unnoticed and unfelt. My first slice was so fast and well placed, the captain didn't feel any pain. He just fell, shocked to one knee. His eyes flashed wide as he looked backwards to see myself and his foot hanging uselessly at the end of his leg, almost severed. The captain put his hand to Shadow Smite and yelled, "Drow!" What was intended as an alarm hideously morphed into a scream as I deftly carved out his entrails, spilling them down on the floor across his feet. As the captain helplessly scooped at his insides, I sliced his throat, putting a quick end to the pathetic noise. Leaving a trail of blood, I dragged the body out of sight and pulled Shadow Smite free. Walking calmly back to the cargo hold, I grabbed a small cask of oil, left there by Elle. Slipping shadow to shadow, I made my way back from the storage area where I had been kept all those weeks to the bulkhead, just before the main crew cabin area. Pausing to listen, I heard the sounds of the crew talking drunkenly among themselves. It seems Elle's part had worked. I drove the dagger into the seams of the cask a few times until oil spilled freely, and without hesitation I tossed the leaking cask high and deep into the crew area, followed quickly by the captain's lantern. A whoosh and the cries of the crew made it clear the fire had taken hold. I cautiously climbed above deck to see how Elle was doing. I drew Shadow Smite instinctively and walked around the edge of the ship until I found one of the deckhands. He fell before he even heard me move. I circled further until I could see Elle waiting for me. I saw she was upset. Ignoring her and myself, she whispered to the deckhand next to her, and together we lowered the extra boat into the water. As the ship slowly caught fire, the deckhand and I rowed the dinghy toward the lights of shore. When we approached close enough and we didn't need his help, I slit his throat and slipped him gently into the water. "Bring me clothes tomorrow, please," I asked as I slipped myself into the water and swam to shore. The oil Elle had spread above deck back on the ship worked its destructive ways. I spent the night enjoying the sight of the ship burning and slowly sinking. I watched intently for survivors that night to see if I could finish them, but I saw none, all the while idly massaging the scars on my side. A few hours later, Elle brought clothing, and we slipped into the city together to see what adventures lie ahead.
Perfect. Very nice.
Awesome. That was awesome.
Yeah, very nice. Yeah. Just
Sorry,
one.
that took so long.
No, that's perfect. Just one quick note. Does somebody have Twitch not muted? Because I was getting feedback there when Erebus was talking. So just double check, make sure you guys don't have Twitch on as well.
We seem to be good.
Okay, perfect. All right, next, Thorn, you come into the tavern.
Well, I came into the tavern because, man, I've been drinking since I was, 17? I mean, I think that's 12 in elf years. But, yeah, so, my mother's a human. My father was, she says he's an elven warrior, but who knows? So, she was poor, I grew up on the streets. And I was a scandalous young man. But then all of a sudden, I sang a song to ease a person's pain. And then I realized, hell yeah, this is my calling in life. I am going to be good and help. But, I still know how to steal. And I'm going to steal your heart. Ow.
All right. I'm still getting that feedback, Erebus, my producer, so I may try to figure that out. I'm hearing it. Next, Valian. So you enter. What do you look like?
What do I look like?
Yeah. What do you look like?
I mean, I can go into the whole shebang or keep it. Okay. Well, so he's a high elf, more specifically a moon elf, so that puts him, he's about 5'6" and 130 pounds. Pretty average for an elf, so slim in appearance. And being a moon elf, he's much more pale than the typical elf, I'd say, where his skin is almost alabaster or similar to marble. And then he also then has kind of deep blue colored hair, almost nearly black, kind of like midnight. And then he has the typical pointed ears, but he's definitely a scholarly looking figure where he has a spell book and he has a backpack on, and then he has kind of a silver colored robes with a deep green cloak that trails behind him, and he has kind of a brooch that closes the collar of the cloak with a silver star. And so he has various alchemical supplies on him and various parchments that dangle off and ingredients, and he's dirty and stained. Definitely seems like he's been selling out in the wild for a long time. And even though he's a scholarly looking person, he is armed with a long sword and a long bow, being an elf. So he has that familiar training, and I think, that's good enough for now.
Okay, perfect. Zazriel, what do you look like?
She is about 5'7", looks like a human.
Oh my.
She has one yellow eye and one blue eye, looking like it resembles the yellow of the sun and the blue for the night sky. She has blonde hair, white hair actually, and she is really beautiful. One scar though is right across her face. Looks like she's been a little bit tortured, but that's about it.
All right, and we know it's Saskia.
Unless you want me to go on like my backstory.
No.
By the way, I did not give an appearance.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. Once again, I'm rather filthy, but I am wearing studded leather armor, but I'm a little flashy. Unnecessary necklaces, unnecessarily wristband thingies. Just little dangly bits. And dark hair, 5'6", a lot skinnier than I am in real life.
Perfect. All right, so you guys all have taken a seat here at the bar, and he gives each of you, some breakfast here in the morning. Plate of eggs with some ham, and then as well as a dwarven ale. And he says, we had some young members of the Green Dragon Adventurers Guild go missing. Like yourselves, they're young, they're new, rather new to our guild. They're from the village of Oakhurst, which is a couple days from here, and delved into the Sunless Citadel about a month ago. They haven't been seen since. Two of the members that are ill-fated here in this adventuring party were brother and sister. Talgan Herkel is a fighter, and Sharwin Herkel is a wizard. Their mother is an important merchant based in Oakhurst. Her name is... Sorry, I lost her name. Oh, what just happened there? Sorry, just freaked out. Okay. Her name is Kirwin Herkel. She has employed the guild to venture into the Citadel and find and return her two lost children. If you can return both children alive, she will pay each of you 500 gold pieces.
Well, yeah.
If they have fallen, at least she has asked for the return of their gold signet rings that represent their family, which then they can be buried for both the brother and sister. If you return each of the rings, she will give you 125 gold pieces for each ring recovered. There are two other members of the guild that were lost in the Citadel. One was the name of Sir Bradford, a human paladin of Gald. He wasn't from these lands, and rather new, just like yourselves, into the guild. And an elven ranger named Caracus, who was also from Oakhurst. I have no idea why they went into the Citadel. It was not a guild mission. And I believe the Citadel is infested with goblins. So, you guys take this adventure, this quest here that the guild has for you.
Can you repeat the first two names?
Yes, sure. So, the brother, his name is Talgan. He's a fighter. And then the sister, her name is Sharwin. And she's a wizard.
This is going to be fantastic. Let's do this.
Tusker, or what was that? Ranger?
What's the symbol of the signet ring? Is there a symbol?
I'm sure there is. You'll be able to travel. You'll travel on the new road to Oakhurst, and beyond Oakhurst is the Sunless Citadel. So you could meet their mother, and I'm sure she can show you the signet rings, since the whole family wears these.
Okay.
Do you have a
What was
question?
What was the Elven Ranger's name again?
His name is Carcass.
We're voting there.
Yes, I'd love to go recover these bodies and put them to rest.
Well, hopefully they're alive still.
Well, yes, if they are still alive, yes.
Yeah, and if, like I said, if they have fallen to their doom, then at least recover these signet rings so the mother can rest. From what I understand, she's very distraught, but she's a very wealthy merchant in this small village.
If I am to come along with you, fellow companions, I would need someone to carry my adventuring gear, as I am not as strong as some of you may be.
Sasku will go over and pick up his stuff.
Okay.
Why, thank you
Or
there,
their stuff.
you young monk. Nice to meet you. What's your name?
Sasku.
How are you? You ready to go kill some goblins?
If there happens to be a hill giant along the way, leave him to me.
Let's start out with some goblins. How
Oh,
about that?
we have a drow in our midst, huh?
That might not be known.
No?
She's,
Okay, she doesn't know. All right.
She's fully,
Okay, cool. All right.
she's fully
Yeah,
I
garbed.
just wanted to know. All right,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. She's
Yeah,
cloaked down.
I'm fully covered. I've got a veil in front of my face. So.
Erebus is a female?
No, it's a male. It's no.
Dad?
That's- maybe.
Right.
Mystery in a box. Oh, excuse me. So, am I to understand what is the name Sunless Citadel meaning? Where does that come from?
Because it's underground now. So the citadel was once, and this was hundreds of years ago. This was once a fortress, and I believe some magical powers sunk it into the ground, and it's been underground for hundreds of years now. I believe goblins occupy it now. From what I understand, 100 years ago there was a dragon cult also that occupied it at one time. They all worship some ancient dragon named Ashterlan. But he was killed hundreds of years ago as well. But not until he burned and terrorized everyone in this region.
Right. So, and just goblins? Is it?
As far as I know, that's what I've heard. That's what I've heard. It's goblins. I don't like goblins. I don't like goblins. I don't like kobolds. I don't
Yes,
like goblinoids in general.
I think most of us stand to make that statement. Is there anything else that we know about? You said a cult may have caused it to go underground, but
Oh no!
Is it
No,
knowledge?
some sort of magical. I think probably this was hundreds and hundreds of years ago that the citadel went underground. It is rumored even that Ashterlan took up residence in this citadel, and then the dragon but it was even dead even when this dragon cult started worshiping Ashterlan, I believe. So, but those are long gone. These were hundreds of years ago.
okay. So we're thinking that we would travel from here, meet with the mother,
Yes.
exchange information about them, and then go see if they're still alive in the citadel.
Yes, hopefully all four of them are still alive. Rescue them, get them out of there, and bring them back home to
The
Oakhurst.
sooner the better, you guys. Come on, these kids. We
I
gotta
think
get
the terms sound quite reasonable. That's just fine.
Yes, I mean this is a great mission. One for you're young, but it pays very, very well. We normally, usually a lot of our missions are a lot less than this. This one just happens to be a very wealthy merchant.
And do we have, is there something of paperwork or orders that need to be signed with you?
No.
That takes things, makes them quite easy.
Yes. It's pretty easy, pretty straightforward. You find them, you get 500 gold pieces each. And if you just find the rings, you get 125 gold pieces for each ring you recover.
Erebus will lean into Elle and whisper, you guys can all hear, but whatever, map of the Citadel and supplies. You want to ask about those?
Do you know if there's a map available of the Citadel, perhaps?
No.
Knowledge of that type?
No, there is anybody that's been down there, and as far as I know, no one's been down there in a long time since goblins occupy it. That it's just banditry. We've heard different bandits have occupied it, goblins have occupied it. Who knows what has occupied it, but it's never been occupied, or at least for the last few hundred years, by any civilized race. So no, there is no map.
And as far as any kind of needed supplies for journeying underground, is that the small village capable of are we able to attain things from there? Should we pick up those supplies here?
You should be able to obtain things there. It's like I said, it is a small village. However, she's a merchant, so she's gonna have stuff, and maybe out of the kindness out of her heart, she'll maybe give you whatever you're requesting.
Sure. Well,
Here,
Yes,
What's
Thorn?
I just request beer.
oh, beer. Yes, libations would be useful, perhaps, maybe, but
It makes me sing better.
I think. Well, then we definitely want beer.
Okay, well, I'm a businessman. If you want to buy a keg of beer, you can buy a keg of beer from me.
Very well. And I'm assuming the payment to the lovely, or from the lovely woman whose children these are, that includes something for you as the provider of this mission.
The guild. I am just delivering the mission. We're getting paid as well.
Okay. Excellent. Then we don't have to worry about our dues being paid from this share.
No, you'll be paid when you return.
Okay. And should we need to, I may have missed it. Approximately how far from the village is this Sunless Citadel?
From what I understand, it's like a half a day away. It's fairly close to the village, but it's through rugged terrain.
Oh, okay. Seems odd to have such a den of goblinoids so close to where people try to make a living. But
Yeah, they raise cattle in that area and stuff, because it's pretty. It's the farms. A lot of the farms out there are it's mainly things like potatoes, beets, things like that that's grown out there. There's a lot of cattle farmers out in that area where it's very rugged land out there, and yeah, I don't know how they deal with the goblins. Not my concern. It hasn't been the concern of the guild. As I said, this citadel You know, we've never been hired to go down there. Like I said, they weren't commissioned to go down there from the guild. They didn't have the permission of the guild to go in down there, but they're from Oakhurst. So maybe you can find out more details there, but I don't know any of those details of why they went down there.
Well, I guess we can do this. We'll obviously need food for the journey from here to there, and then food on our way.
You should have food, don't you have food?
Cigarettes.
How do you not have food?
Yeah, how do you not
Do you
have
need
food?
to? You need to eat.
I purchase food as I need it in a city. I didn't know we were planning to leave this moment, so we will procure things as we need them.
Well, yes, you can just go down the street into a merchant store and purchase rations if that's what you need.
Sure.
We have children to save.
They're not children, they're young adults.
As
But
much
they
as
might be hot.
they may be. I guess the only other question for me is not to you. So I think my questions for you are all done.
Okay. Anybody else have any questions for me?
No.
No? Okay. Well, great. And yeah, I would say buy whatever supplies, you can really just do that outside. He tells you there's Khalil's trading post. It's just down the street from here. And there you can purchase anything that you might need for the adventure. Like I said, it's about 2 to 3 days travel from here to Oakhurst, and then I guess like a half a day to the Citadel.
As far as the rest of you, I have some questions. I've already found out exactly how you're going to help us serve with your singing. I find that quite useful. But are you also capable with a blade?
Absolutely.
Good.
But, you know, I'm glad to go on this mission because I am so sick of eating Brahmin, Yamen, and Ramen. I can't do this anymore. Let's go on this adventure. Let's save people. And then I can eat real food.
Very much. That would be exciting. Eating real food for a difference. Either of you need anything else?
No, as long as this monk will carry my pack, I'm all set and ready to go.
Okay. Well, we should stop and get some supplies, I'm sure.
I need brew, and I need some halfling smoke.
Any chance we can get a mule from the guild? We don't have to pay
A
for it.
meal?
If you want a mule, you'll have to buy a mule, he says. I don't have a mule. We don't have. You are all new to the guild.
What are we, dwarfs? Why do we need a mule?
They're at the end of the bar. You see a dwarf down at the very end of the bar eating breakfast with a white beard, balding on top, and looks up.
I'm sorry.
And he says, "Excuse me."
I'm sorry, you are a beautiful dwarf, but we do not need to be slowed
Okay,
down.
well, I know you're lying. Durnan, who are who are these people here? So Durnan is like, calm down, Torlum, calm down.
Can we get out of here, big
Goes
guys?
back down to start eating this.
Can we go outside?
Right.
I don't like being in buildings that much. Let's go outside, get some fresh air.
Oh my.
Oh my.
You're going to have difficulty going underground, I think, then.
Oh, that won't be a problem because I will be saving people's lives. There will be a reason for that. Right now, we're just chitter-chatting, wasting time.
Similar to my preference for a nice soft bed, you're saying.
Exactly.
What's a bed?
Let's move on, I guess. If you wish to purchase ale here, you could do so.
absolutely purchase a few decanters.
So he does. If you want, he'll sell you a keg of dwarven ale for 5
Oh, I
gold.
can't carry a keg.
All right.
I'll drink the shit out of it though.
Well, now I have too much stuff to carry right now.
So Elle is by far the smallest at 4'8", and she, soaking wet is 90 pounds. So
No, I'm the smallest.
No.
I'm in.
are you shorter than 4'8"?
I thought.
No, I just corrected
Yeah,
him.
I heard something there. 2 inches smaller.
Yeah, that's 4. It's 12 inches in a foot.
Okay. Well,
How big is Sasku?
It's 5 foot tall.
Okay, good.
Boys, short group here.
5'7".
5'7". Okay.
Very tall.
All right. Yeah, short people.
Fairly tall female.
Hey, we got a reason.
All right. Yes, that's
I can't
great.
climb through cross small spaces though.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys won't have any problems with that. All right.
I'll just know.
All right. So if you'd like, you can any gear that you need to purchase, like dry rations, or anything like that. Feel free. That's just in the player's handbook, and just buy whatever you might need. In that sense, as long as
How
you
many
have
healing
gold.
kits are available?
I don't have anything.
Let's see here.
That's all I want to do is mission.
Right now he has 2 healing kits.
you think we should purchase it?
Yes.
You'll be carrying them, of course.
Like a yes with a duh in there. Yeah, that's fine.
So have we determined who actually? It looks like only one of us is stronger than average.
Oh my god.
Am I correct?
Well, I mean, I'm
Yes.
stronger than average, but
I would assume so.
average human or average adventurer?
Yes, I'm
None of us
less sturdy than the average adventurer, or the average person. Sorry.
I'm 10.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. So yeah, it's.
Thank goodness for finesse.
I'm
Yeah.
a 7.
I think that mule is looking better and better by the second.
You're a hot 7.
That's great.
I am a very hot 7, yes.
Hopefully the mule joins next week.
Yeah. That might be useful. You could hire a mule with 2 legs.
So yeah, just for our audience, we will have another member join next week, but he's with Mother Bread tonight. So and hopefully he's the beef of the group. Hopefully, depending on what he rolls, as he says. So so who knows? Maybe he'll be a halfling thief. We just don't know.
That'd be great. Very good.
All right.
Right now I'm the beat.
So, you guys go ahead and make your way on out of the city here and hit the new road. This road is actually stone paved. It's a very nice road. I think most of you aren't really from here. Maybe Thorn is from here, but everybody else is not from here. But some of you have been here for a little bit at least. It's not like you guys haven't just arrived. The dwarves, built this road, maybe 50 years ago. It's well established, so there's no issues walking along the road. You pass farms as you head on out. Do you have any sort of particular marching order or anything like that as you head out to Oakhurst?
I'll be at the front because I think I'm the tank of the group right now, at least.
Do you want me to find the way? I can do that.
I'm skipping joyfully.
You don't look very placed in that field. You can be behind me or this Erebus man or what? Are you? Do you look like a man, Seth?
I would say yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, cool. All right. This man, me and this man Erebus will lead.
Wait, just because I
Tell us
want
what
to
it-
know what's my house.
Bilbo, I'm gonna throw the arm around this new part.
Okay, perfect. All right.
Wait.
Why do you have to
Okay.
wait?
And so as you guys are, you're walking, really as
Plus 6.
you walk really through the first day, you see plenty of farmers, farmlands. You are, and these are, just so you know too, you're in the mountains. However, this is well paved road, but you definitely, even where the dwarves have built, pathways through this mountain pass. They've, constructed all this. So just imagine you're going through Montana, through one of the mountain passes on Montana along a road. It's been,
Montana is endless. I hate traveling through Montana.
yeah.
Especially for the first 2/3 of it.
The pilfer heading vertically through Montana, not horizontally.
Yeah. So you guys travel on, through the first day, and there's plenty of civilization around you, so you really, in a sense, don't have to really, be on that of alert. So at night, you guys can just kind of go off the road, or even sleep on the road if you'd like. Do you guys have any set in the sense of, are you guys going to keep watch, or are you going to sleep? It is springtime currently, and what do you guys do?
I would like to rest.
I'll take last watch.
Yeah, off the trail. We'll go off the
Okay.
trail.
Off the trail?
A few hundred feet.
Sure, no problem. Yep.
Sounds like Zazriel has some skill, so I'll maybe look to her and point to the ground, see when I get far enough out and see if she nods yes or no.
I'll make sure like no tracks are over here, like where we're at.
Well, you're on a
Okay,
stone road, and then
I'm
if
talking
you
about
get
after,
off,
yeah.
okay, yeah. So
Like,
yeah,
the
you
path
get
that's
off
not
the
like-
path.
And Thorn's a bit jittery because he hasn't been outside the city.
Oh.
Oh shit!
Yeah, but
How
you,
is this?
yeah,
What's going on?
yeah. I mean, at least you're still in civilization, so it's there's plenty of farms. So anytime you start worrying and you see a farm, a couple miles down the road and so on.
And likely a farmer's daughter.
21 for survival to try to find a really good place to condensed area where there's trees to have cover.
Yeah, so no problem. You'll find a place where you're gonna have cover from the skies, as well as some trees that will kind of keep you protected in a sense from anything, maybe the road or anything.
Wait, why must we be under the trees? The skies are so pretty.
If you want to go out there and lay on the brick road, you can. I'd like to be protected.
That's not a bad idea. I can see the stars clearly.
Yes.
The great bard Grizzly Adams said,
Sasku's gonna
"Deep
climb
inside
into
the
one of the
forest,
trees
there's
and
a
just
doorway to
sit
another
there.
land. Here is our heart and home. You're safe.
I'm
You're
glad
gathered in the beauty of this land."
I'm glad to hear you admire Nuthar's great stars, though.
In like 3 steps, like he just climbs up the tree. Like
I'll take first watch.
Okay.
I'm gonna take last watch.
So
I'll take second.
healing.
I'll take first.
All right. And
Wake me when it's my
Zazriel
time, Erebus.
Alright, I won't wake her.
A real drink.
will be
Before,
first. Erebus is the last watch. Are you guys just doing 2 watches? You're doing 3
No,
watches?
I'm doing second. I'm doing it in the
Oh,
middle.
second. Okay, so second.
Darkest part.
I'm third.
Okay, so Sasku.
L is planning to be on third.
Okay, so L.
Task.
Okay. All right. And so that leaves Thorn. I guess that puts you on the second watch with Erebus.
Fair enough.
All right, perfect. Got it.
So, as
From
we're
what I
setting up-
understand, all of you have dark vision.
Yeah.
Erebus,
correct.
Dad,
We're night seekers.
Yeah, you can spend some family time with Erebus. Get to know your dad better.
Right.
And he's actually gonna like
Not
hide
responding
beneath
to comment.
the leaves just in case anything does come. He'll have could I make a stealth check to see if he can hide beneath the leaves of the tree?
Well, really, it's springtime,
Oh, yeah.
so there's the leaves of they have not, fully grown, and so most of the trees just are sprouting their buds and stuff. So really, there's nothing, to hide, in
Just
the
the
trees,
branches.
just the branches. Yep. But
I can still make one, right?
yeah, sure, go ahead.
El,
Oh, I got an 8 total.
Okay.
El will,
I'm a plus
El will
6
dress Zazriel.
Yeah.
Zazriel.
He just gets too
He
uncomfortable. and moves.
stepped out of the room for a second.
Yeah.
So
I get too uncomfortable and I just
you'll have to
move.
wait.
No,
till
but do we know the date?
Yes. Except I don't have my calendar in front of me.
I'll have to get in a few minutes.
Yeah. Let me.
Dan, are you gonna tell your side of the story there?
I was thinking just before, since we're all around there.
A camp. Yeah. I assume you guys don't do a campfire, or
No, it's summer. We don't need one.
it's spring.
Or springish.
Yeah, it's
we
late
don't need
spring. It's late spring. So.
Well, hopefully all you boys can man up without a fire.
Do you think we could do one before it's too dark? Just sort of warm up a bit before we head off to sleep.
Yeah, of course. Just get a little toasty.
All right. So she asks, show me how this is done. I haven't really seen this all that much.
Oh.
I'm used to being either in the church or somewhere else that isn't really in the wild.
Well, there we go.
So what do you do?
Just had to put a fire.
Oh, okay.
15 survival. I hope that.
Yeah.
Starts a fire.
That's perfect. So,
So El will say, I know some of you are from this area, but Erebus and I, we had quite the ordeal coming to this city. I should tell you the story as it were, because I find it quite entertaining myself. But perhaps what of you folks? Thorn, are you interested in a story?
I love stories. Hell, it'll give me inspiration for a song.
No, no.
Terran, mind you, have you ever heard of Terran?
I mumble in abyssal.
I was told Terran was the land of opportunity, adventure, and apparently it's also the land of pirates. Erebus and I had successfully found employment with the Anlin City Guard, Bravo Company. Even managed to find an unknown entrance to the Underdark for them, similar to this Yawning Portal. We were well on our way to establishing our reputation for not sucking. So soon we landed a side gig, fully approved by the commanding officer, to retrieve a blue box. Did you guys?
What's in the box?
Oh, blue box. We don't know, but from 3 little women hiding in a cave by the sea. Mind you, they were somehow flightless harpies with all manner of ability to charm, deceive,
Flying women are very
and blast us to death.
awesome.
Sounds like fun, doesn't it? Well, I never met those lovely ladies because pirates, who we knew were heading there, intervened and totally ruined my day, month, and until last week, my mood. I seem to remember Garth, lovely breath, using a mace to render me limp, something I had never done before. I woke to find Rin, the captain's third in command, poised above me, undoing my blouse. He was wondering, his witty response to my eyes opening,
Well, we was wondering if you was gonna enjoy the party.
laughs all around, including Captain Hort, who thought this was a fine bit of entertainment. So, while I wasn't laughing with them, I was surprised to see the captain begin to cough and then yell, "Get off her, you idiots!" More laughing occurred, and as he stepped forward to grab Rin must have thought he was kidding, because he kind of pushed the captain's hand away. The look of surprise was now on Rin's face as the captain's blade protruded through his chest. Who knew that much blood could come from one cut? I mean, it's technically 2 holes, I guess, but ruined my blouse. And as it turned out, Captain Hort caught a good sight of my holy symbol of Tribella, and being a man frightened by fate, thought his prayers would no longer be answered favorably. Did I become best friends with Captain Hort? No. He may have been struck by a moment of chivalry and more likely terror of Tribella's previously witnessed wrath. That's a long story told 12 ways. Even after I healed the wounds of his men, not Rin, he died if that wasn't clear, he still thought I needed to be shackled to my bed every night. While I admit that was uncomfortable, I have to keep things in perspective. Let's see, soaked in blood, half naked, and one hell of a headache, I was brought to my feet and looked around while they asked, why is he here with you? And looking up, the captain was pointing up to a very bloody and rather limp Erebus, this guy over here. He was lashed to the mast, roasting in the sun. I told him, "Oh, that filthy clump of coal shit from Azorn is the reason I'm on this ship and not relaxing in Anlin." The captain thought this was quite funny and said, "You ain't gonna be relaxing for a long time." And his sheep laughed along. Always clever, these pirates, you know. I sealed my fate with a convincing look of dread. Now, see, if I wanted to get Erebus and myself free at some point, I needed to move off the ship. Being horrified at the concept I wouldn't be relaxing meant some sort of menial labor, I was hoping, and I was right. So, I got to empty the captain's chamber pot every day, but also mend sail, fill lanterns, cook, swab, and generally show how weak and pampered I was. Which you can see, I'm, pretty small. Now, 2 things to remember when captured by pirates. A, have a skill they want to keep you around for, and learn where your shit is. The first one was pretty much done because they knew I could heal. The second was not too difficult because the captain, so glorious, took my holy symbol and stowed it in a chest with all of my other things I could see as sort of a taunt, maybe if you're good, I'll give them back to you kind of thing. My thoughts, of course, is how do I get inside the chest when my lockpicks are inside my healing bag, which is inside the chest? So, let's see. Day 2, I noticed that Erebus was conscious and looking down, so avoiding his gaze, I whispered a magical message, which I can do, and said, "I'm planning to get us out of here, but got any ideas, just to see?" And he was surprisingly coherent given his predicament. We hatched a plan, and it was kind of like, have you ever seen baby turtles by the sea where, the birds just keep picking them off? So, something like that, where it relied a lot on Tribella's luck. But I was a busy girl, chores, prayers, had some extra me time during that, and warming up to a certain beefy brute that might someday have a farm. Working the routine, I kept my eyes open for any opportunity to appear and whispered to Erebus to get our timing right, casting a disgusted glance at him, of course, whenever I walked by, just to keep up appearances. 5 days of just hanging there, I decided, while I did all the work, I decided I had enough. So I said, "Hey, cave slug, looking a bit parched up there. Your bitch spider queen gonna send you some rain? With your luck, Trabella will send some gulls to pluck your eye sockets clean." And of course, the deckhands who happened to be nearby me joined in the yelling and shouting, and they conveniently found the slop bucket that I left out for them to find, which was full of all kinds of disgusting globs of peels and such. So, cue ever important Captain Hort, huffing and puffing, yelling, "What are you maggots throwing?" And of course, maggots! So, he bellowed to his crew, "Men, it's high time to cut him down." And the sheepmates gathered around, and I watched with my practiced disdain as Gild shimmied up and cut the ropes. I smiled a broad smile as Erebus hit the deck with a thud. You know, that's what I'm supposed to do. And, whispered, "Hey, this better work." The captain bequeathed a glob of saliva on Erebus's face, and then said something witty about swimming with fishes and whatever. But she took his sword. This is poetic, right? She took his own sword and was prodding him towards the edge of the deck, saying, "You better jump off, or else run you through." But apparently, Erebus and his words and the captain's worked well enough, because it showed that he had a soft spot for, bloody torment with a purpose, I guess. As he was taken below deck instead of being shoved off the ship. So, while he enjoyed a new view and aromatic bouquet of the life in the lower hold, I continued to do my chores, and after I swapped a couple nails from the shipwright's box, adding daily attempts to try and unlock my chest, had not that kind of chest. Jeez. I eventually used the captain's sundries, good women's work, to cover my things as I carried them from the chest they were in to one of the dinghies. And I talked with Erebus more than he wanted to, no doubt, because he's not much of a talker, have you noticed? But I passed along information as I, found it, and then I knew he was not well. He didn't have to tell me that, being in pain and bleeding every day can only go on so long before you get cranky and semi-conscious. So I told him to play dead, or at least mostly dead, which wasn't much of a stretch. And so the captain sees his daily fun coming to an end. Time to bring in the handy old cleric of Trabella. And yeah, I didn't want to go down there, because that was more blood, more maggots, and rat carcasses. Erebus had been, resourceful too, right? The rats. So I flat out refused to heal him. You want me to ask my goddess to keep him alive? No, of course not. Like, that's just too damn far. For a moment, I thought he was going to lock me out right next to Erebus, but cracked a little smile, turned a little coy, and said, "Unless maybe I can get better food and a pillow." And that was pretty much it. Jolly old Captain Hort came out, he chuckled, and then I said, "And for damn sake, have someone wash this floor." Just thought, "Sure, sweetie, you get right on that." As he laughed going up the stairs. So the joke was on me. I got to clean, again, swab the hole, sometimes with a little bit of my own vomit. Yeah. I wasn't thrilled, but I reluctantly tended to Erebus's wounds, just patching up the slice every day, kind of disgusting. I didn't let them know that I could do that from afar and whatever, but and I actually, he did give me better food, so I slipped some into Erebus's even though I like had to stick it under rotten stuff. But anyway, pretty soon I heard the news that we would be nearing a port to resupply. So I had to tell Erebus. I said, Twig. He says, what? What? See, that's his name. Who? My pretend sort of boyfriend that'll someday make little half-elf babies on a farm if his dream turns into my nightmare. That guy. Mm-hmm. Dad. You need to know this because he's going to help us, and if you just yell, hey, stupid, literally every single damn pirate is going to respond. That's why. So, I'll charm one guy, and, not him, but one of the other guys, and those two will lower the boat, remember? After I make the rounds with oil on the deck, and as soon as Holt goes down to your den, then I grab the captain's pretty gems, film collection anyway, and you kill the rest of the crew, and yeah, we get out of there.
You guys are dubious.
So we'll be close enough. Well, we'll be close enough. No, I know I'll get to the weapons, but we'll be close enough that we can row ashore, but far enough away that if we try to swim, we drown. So, but he always stops there. It's the same place. He enters the port by day to keep his merchant appearance, and leaves the same day to avoid anybody asking too many questions. Apparently, it's kind of a bad place to try to be a pirate. So, your weapons. A weapon for you is already in the dinghy, and sorry, but your armor got trashed, so that's not available. But we can buy something for you later. Okay. So, but I had to get back to my pillow. And kept the conversation a little shorter. So Twig was set to guard with Bruggen. He's kind of good with the knots and the cutlass and whatever. But I was worried about getting him charmed because I don't know. It's sort of that thing like it doesn't always work. And so, plus the other thing was that most of the crew didn't go downstairs because they could see the glow of Mount Baker's View from the ship, right? So they're just kind of sitting there watching it. But they went down, thankfully, after a while because they're supposed to get up early the next day. And but Twig and Bruggen stayed up aboard, and so now Holt didn't just give me a pillow. He was so nice. He thought maybe I should be a little more comfortable sleeping, and he actually gave me a rag to cover my shackle with, so it didn't leave as many chafing marks. And
Nice of him.
Yeah, it was very nice of him. And but it actually came very handy as I was picking the lock on my my shackle, because now that I had my picks, it's a little easier, all that kind of thing. Plus, 37 days of walking the same floor, you can actually learn exactly where every creaky board is, so you can avoid them. And I forgot to mention, the crew they ran out of their rum rations like a week ago, and it was weird. It was like there was one cask that had fallen behind some other things, and it just was found today. I don't know how that happened. So, the guys better drink it up since they're going to resupply anyway. And, so they were doing some good snoring as I walked by. Nice stuff. Went through the door, freshly oiled, thank you. Went up, and I had to watch, make sure the captain would come out of his door and go down to the hold. And, lo and behold, he had not let his men drink alone. Very good for him, right? So, Twig was walking the starboard side, and he starts to whistle. I'm like, are you kidding me? You don't whistle. I mean, it's not something he normally does. Can you be more obvious, or what's... Yeah, anyway. A little suspicious, whatever. And I was hoping that Bruggen would pay no attention, but he started walking over there, and I just said, okay, Trabella, it's now or never. So I walked up to Bruggen, said, "Hey, Rugen, I see you didn't get any rum rations tonight because you're on guard duty. Kind of sucks." So I said, "Hey, how about the three of us kind of have a little bit after the captain goes to bed?" And there was a long pause. He looked towards Twig, and I swear Twig's head was going to fall off because he, of course, was nodding with so much fervor that, anyway, he said, "Okay, sounds good. Just stay out of view." And I was then very glad that the charm had worked. So I wandered around, pouring oil all as I went around, and waited for Erebus to come out. But as I thought he was probably going to come out soon, I had to do my big ploy. I said, "Twig, Bruggen, quick, lower the lifeboat. The ship has been cursed. We must escape." They both went over and started to do their thing. I turned around. I'm going to head towards the hold to meet Erebus, right? Except that Erebus is right in front of me. He's got this sword, his old sword, and he's like shaking it like he needs to get the blood off of it, which was then splattered all over my face. And he put the thing away, but he hands me the keys, very important part. So I took the keys, and as I'm leaving, I went towards the door. I'm getting the right key out, and I see the captain's first mate and some other brute go right into his chambers. Shit, no gems for us. So I went to the door and closed it and locked it because I could hear a nice crack and tumble, thud, and then swoosh of, I'm assuming, flames, since it started coming around my side. And so as it did, I run back over to where the boat is, and here's Erebus standing there, and Twig is on the floor, dead. I told him, "Shit, that's Twig. You're supposed to stab the other one." And he said, "Yeah, you're supposed to be in the boat." So anyway, I was a little upset by that, but things happen. So I got down in the boat, and I tell you, the favorite part was he and the one I charmed. What's his name again? Anyway, they were rowing, and I just started to unpack my things, put on my clothes that I had, feeling wonderful. Didn't even look back at the flames because I was able to see the flames in Erebus's eyes. Very, very poetic. And then I have to tell you, I even saw him smile. It was wonderful. But so, if you enjoyed my story, I hope you did. I think we should probably get ourselves to bed.
All right.
By the time that happens, I'm already like in my half sleep.
All right. So Sasky's already passed out at the end of the story.
That's L's version of the accounts.
Perfect. All right. So you guys have no issues. You wake up in the morning, eat breakfast, head out on the road again, and you'll go another day. And it's actually, just so you know, Erebus, it is the morning of the 11th of blooming. So.
Blooming?
Yep.
Guys, I gotta run. I might be back.
Okay. Yep. No problem. If you make it back, just join back in. All right. So, as you guys continue on now down the road, it will. You have no encounters the next 2 days as well. So it takes 3 days. You actually arrive in the morning into Oakhurst. And Erebus, if you want, you could pull up. I just did some photos or whatever in the documents. And you can pull up Oakhurst.
Okay, great. Give me a second.
Sure.
You can keep talking if you want.
Yep. So it's a rather small village as you head into Oakhurst here. and there's a few buildings. It doesn't seem large populace-wise or whatever. Yeah, so if you go to pictures. Sorry. And then go to, yep, there we go. And then Oakhurst, perfect. And yeah, you can just blow that up and however. So there's a few buildings here. There's a general store. There's an inn. There is actually a small shrine to Guld here. The general store. There's constable, jail, mayor building, and that's and you know they're pretty labeled here. It's the buildings here are mainly 1 or maybe 2 story high, if that. There's farms. And like I said, as you guys have been walking this whole time, you've passed plenty of farms. As you've gotten closer here, even in the morning, there's cattle out on, off to the side where there's, people herding their cattle in the morning. And there's even a blacksmith here as well. And so you guys enter Oakhurst in this morning here.
So, can I, there's a tavern here?
Yes, there's the old Boar Inn here.
Cool. I would like to actually, I don't know about you guys, could I go up there and I'd like to ask the tavern keeper if I could perform?
Oh.
He says, sure, but right now it's morning, so we just don't really have any patrons here yet. He's just kind of opening up, sweeping off the porch. But sure, later on, if you want to come back this evening and perform, then I'd have a crowd for you here. But right now, just opening
I give
up.
a smile and a firm handshake, and thank you.
All right, and he will tell you his name here is where is his name? Sorry, I have him here. Oh, his name is Karn. He's a human male. So.
Got it.
All right, so what do you guys do? You're in the town, village, sorry, it's early in the morning. Probably about 10 or so, 10, maybe 11. So not that early, but,
Well, people aren't going to save themselves, so let's get to it.
Let's go.
Let's go see this mother.
So I'll go into the same inn and ask, excuse me, happen to know the layout of the town here?
yeah, he'll just
We might
point,
find-
yeah, what are you looking for, ma'am?
Well, there's a lady who sadly lost her 2 children recently.
Yeah, it's a darn shame.
Adult
Well,
children.
yeah, that is her Krell. Her shop's right down the street. He points, really kind of across the road to you. Yeah, it's a shame that they've been missing now for a month now. She's very distraught.
Well, we're hoping to find them for her, whether they're alive or not. We hope, of course, in Trabella that they are alive.
Well, that would definitely be incredible. Hopefully, we all hope for the best, that they're still alive, maybe just trapped down there or something.
Yes. Her name again is what?
Her name is Carolyn Herkrell.
Carolyn Herkrell. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. So do you guys wander over there then?
We'll head towards there. Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So the shop is open. It's a merchant store. There's a general store as well down the street, but here's the mercantile, and you do see this female human female. She's probably in her maybe late 40s, maybe early 50s, and she seems to be sweeping the floor. There's no other people in here right now. Brown hair.
Well, excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
I understand that you're Miss Hercrow.
Well, yes, I am.
We've been informed of your sad situation that your two children, your son and daughter, are missing.
Yes, as well as Carcass and Sir Bradford was his name. They went down in the Citadel about a month ago. I told them not to go, but they insisted that they went. Are you all from? She looks at all of you. Are you from the Green Dragon Adventuring Guild?
We are.
Oh, that's great that they sent somebody. Yes, I've I sent word and that I would hire people to go down and see if you could hopefully find my two children. Hopefully they're still alive.
Yes, we're very hopeful. I of course, put my faith in Trebella that they will be found alive.
Yes, Tribilla willing.
See.
They're still alive. Well, how can I help you in any way?
Well, if there's anything more that you know about, if you could describe, for instance, your two children. Sadly, we hope to not find many people there that need to be helped, but if we find some who, I know that it is a possibility, and I don't wish to bring it up, but if they have died, then we want to make sure that we can know which that it was them for sure.
Well, definitely. Well, the key thing for either of them, they should have this ring on, and she shows her right hand to you, and she's wearing a solid gold ring, and in the center is a signet, and it has a cursive H, and in the middle on the center line of the H, there's also a small diamond in the ring. And she says, worst case, and I hope this is not true, but worst case, if you find the rings, if you could just bring back the rings, and then I could have them buried here with the other members, their father, who passed away some time ago.
We will of course do that if it comes to that. I'm sorry.
So in the sense of what they look like, my son, he has brown hair, like mine, but shorter and rather strapping. I mean, your typical farm boy, but he was good with the sword, and if he's still in his armor, he has a chainmail shirt. He's probably about 6 feet tall. He's just 18 years old, and she starts crying. And my daughter, she also has brown hair. They almost look like twins. She's 17, and if she normally would wear these red robes, and sorry, can't look at Josh right now. So
Kip Winger sang a song about it.
yes, Kip Winger. All right, and so yeah, she's very beautiful. She's probably, I would say, maybe about 5'8" in height. Rather slender.
Answers that.
Slender build. Carcass is an elf with blonde hair. He wears leather armor. Was fairly good with the bow. He grew up here in Oakhurst, but his parents have passed away. And Sir Bradford, he is a paladin of Gaul. Wasn't from here, but he ended up going with my children and Caracas to the Citadel.
Oh, they went together.
Yes, they all four went together.
What possessed them to head to this place that sounds so disgusting?
Well, the biggest thing is that some of our cattle herders, that were closer to the Citadel, they noticed there's livestock was starting to get killed in the middle of the night. Their livestock was, they'd find it dead and torn up, but it was like claw-like on the cattle. And now any of the farmers now of fear have moved their cattle now further to the southwest of the village here. But my children decided upon themselves, and maybe with the edging of Sir Bradford, to go investigate this.
I see. Well, some people, are just easily encouraged, I guess.
Well, they were so eager to become adventurers. They had just joined the guild that you belong, the Green Dragon Adventuring Guild. They just actually recently joined that, and I think they wanted to prove their worth to the guild and went down there. I pleaded for them not to go down there. It's infested with goblins. So there's goblins there, and we just, and usually the goblins don't go far. They don't mess with the farms, So they seem to, infest that area.
I see. Well, we're of course willing to go there and do our part to remove any of them from existence, but the goblins and such. But we'll have to probably delve deep inside of that citadel to see if indeed that's where they are. Obviously, if we find some inkling of where they are.
Yeah, hopefully there's some sort of
would it be okay
proof
if
or
we,
anything that they're there.
It's merely a half day from here.
Yes, you could get there a half day of walking to there. It's fairly close. It's just very rugged terrain. The road isn't kept up. Of course, it hasn't been kept up for hundreds of years since the Citadel went into the ground. Just the new road that connects us to Baker's View is maintained. So a lot of the road is now just jetted stones and rocks. So that's why it would take, I would say probably about a half a day's walk.
Good half a day journey. Well, we've actually only been traveling, so far this day, so we'll have to discuss whether it makes sense for us to arrive there at night. It might be unfavorable of our odds of being able to, find things in the dark and such. But no, it sounds perfect.
Yeah.
If we can, perhaps we might need to purchase some stores from you of food or.
If you need some food, I can give you if you would like a few days rations each, if that's what you need. Whatever you need, I can give you.
Okay, I'll ask among the group. Obviously, we brought some things, but we'll need to try and think through, if there's any other situations, maybe extra rope, just in case something, down there is very far down. I heard that it was an entire citadel sunk into the ground, so I don't really know what to expect.
Well, it's in a large chasm, actually. The chasm stretches for miles, both sides. And yeah, it's, as far as I know, it's pretty deep into the ground.
This is the kind of thing that they don't have much information in the city about this, I guess. But
no, the
so
city doesn't, and we don't go near there, but I do know of that. There have been, we have had people go there and check it out, of course, and so I do know of it. There's a couple of those details, but the goblins in that citadel, that hole in the ground, seem to keep to their own in that area. So it's very peaceful here. I mean, occasionally we might have a goblin come to a farm or whatever and steal a chicken, or scare some of the farmers and stuff. But other than
I do that.
she looks weird. Looks at you. Other than that, it's not like the goblins come raiding here, in the springtime or the fall. So I'm not quite sure, what the goblins, if the goblins are involved in this or not. The cattle wasn't slain by goblin bows or weapons. They're all scratched up, clawed.
Sure. That does definitely bode of something other than a goblin, if it killed it with its claws. We'll have to make sure we have plenty of arrows.
Yeah.
And
maybe
other,
something else now occupies the citadel. I mean, it has been occupied by others in the past, but recently we know that goblins are occupying it.
Well, a rich history, it sounds like, of various things and cults and.
No, a dragon cult, but that was
Dragon cult, yes.
that was over 100 years ago.
Sure.
Before my time, of course.
Maybe we can let you know all the history we find when we return. But
Sure.
So I guess if it's all right with you, we'll definitely be interested in some rope and things. And I don't know if any, if we do bring quite a bit of rope, we might need a mule or something of that nature if that's available. We would of course try to bring it back alive, but sometimes things like that just don't come back. So if you have those things available, that'd
Just
be
like
great.
good intentions.
Yes, I could provide a mule and some packs on there, as well as some rope and rations for you. And I could have one of my men get that all set up for you.
Excellent.
Jorgie, I'll get Jorgie here, and he'll get whatever you need, and he'll get a mule and get it all saddled up.
Okay. And any of the others, if there are things that you need, please speak up.
I need us to get ready. Let's go save some people.
No, we all didn't get captured by pirates, so I think we're good.
Okay. Well, I mean, I of course I can do healing. I am a priestess of Trubella, and but I also, it's limited how much I can do in a given day. So if there are any types of healing poultices or potions or even scrolls, but I'm quite sure a village of your size wouldn't have access to that.
Well, not in that sense. No scrolls or anything. I do believe that Dem, she is a healer, a priest of Gald. She has a shrine over there. She may have a a potion of healing or two to provide you, but I do not have anything like that here on stock myself. But you could talk to her and see if she has anything.
That would
By the way, Al, as a young man growing up in the streets, I had to learn how to heal myself. You know, getting through scraps and whatnot. So I also have a little bit of healing ability.
Well, that's excellent. I will be looking forward to seeing how you do it. Is there anything that you need? I do know you've mentioned that you've spent quite a bit of money on ale over the years and haven't really put away money for adventuring gear. Is there something that you need, armor or something of that nature?
Well, I have stud leather, which is fine, but I might need some rope.
This wonderful lady herself has offered rope and even a mule and some rations, so I think that part will be taken care of. But perhaps Zazriel and myself should speak with the.
As well, I also. Well, I never used my thieving skills to hurt. Maybe to liberate items to help others. So I do have a thieving kit, and I am proficient in it.
A thieving kit. Wow. That intrigues my sense of what that might mean. But I'm sure since we're going to try and sneak in on those goblins,
It's to steal your innocence.
Come in handy. All right. Well, if Lady herself, we'll come back here in a short while to gather those
Sure.
things. And
Now just see my hand, Jorgie. He'll have everything for you.
Excellent. Thank you.
And she wipes the tears off of her face and kind of goes out, talks to Jorgie, and then seems to kind of
You're lost, lady.
go
We
up,
shall rectify this.
go upstairs in tears.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's go. She starts walking towards the temple.
Okay, yeah, so it's just actually just a shrine, not really a temple, just a little building, a little small church, that you see it in sometimes some of our little rural towns here in Minnesota. And out front is a female gnome.
Well, hello there.
I don't know what that.
Hello.
I'm looking for Dem. Is
What?
that your name?
Yep, that's me.
Oh, you're Dem.
Yeah, you can call me Corky.
Corky.
Yeah.
How adorable. You're a priestess of Gald?
Yeah, I'm a healer of Gald.
A healer of Gald. Well, excellent. I myself am practiced in some healing through Trabella. Our fates have come together here.
Sure, that's wonderful.
We are endeavoring to go forth to the Sunken Temple.
It's no temple. That thing is a foul existence. It's a thorn in our region.
She meant no harm by that. She meant citadel, not temple.
A temple towards evil.
It's an old fortress.
Whatever it is.
Temple.
It does not please me to think of going there. And yes, I know it is. I don't mean a temple of good, sadly, but we don't know what it's infested with these days. Apparently, it has been goblins and hobgoblins, but could be something else these days.
I don't believe any hobgoblins. From what I understand, it's just goblins. That infest it currently. But we've had cattle slain lately, and that's why the Herkrells went down there to investigate.
Yes. What we're thinking is that if we go down there, we're quite a group here, but we don't know how many of those things are going to be down there. And while I can heal, I don't know that I probably don't have as much ability as you, and I wouldn't ask that you come with us, but if you have...
Oh no, my days of adventure and anything like that are long gone.
Well, I know. I kind of, it's more of a out of necessity that I go right now. But Lady Herkrell had mentioned that perhaps you would have potions that you might be able to help us with.
Well, if you're actually going down there to look for her children,
Yes.
yes, I can help out. The great the temple here, the Shrine of Gald, we can absolutely help you. And she says, one moment, and she turns around and runs up the stairs into her little shrine and closes the door. And a couple minutes later, she comes back out, and she has these 2 flasks, one in each hand, with some light blue liquid in there. And she says, these are potions of healing. And she hands them to you, Elle. This is what I can provide for you. And if you're wounded and if you're wounded and you are spent, if you return here, I can also heal your partners here, your comrades.
Oh, that would be very.
As I am a healer.
If we come back wounded, yes, that would be very, very helpful indeed. Well, if we can we would be happy to make a donation at a later time when we do come here. But thank you so much for these, and we will hopefully, by all of Tribella and Gald and all the good gods, hopefully we find them alive.
Yeah, let's hope so. I mean, Kierwin has been so distraught since they left and now haven't returned, and it's been like 30 days since they've disappeared.
I'll give her 5.
30
Oh,
days.
thank you so much for the donation. Gald thanks you.
Thank you.
And let Nuthar watch over you.
Oh, the mighty Nuthar watches over all of us as well.
Zazriel, was there anything that you needed in town here?
Oh no, I am perfectly fine. All I need is my bow and these 2 short swords next to me, and Nuthar watching above, and my keel guiding me through the dungeon.
My keel?
Yes, my keel.
Keel. As in on a boat? A keel?
Nope. Mykiel. He's my guide through life.
Oh. Let's see. That
Scientologist.
one over there? The one with blue hair.
No. Oh, the monk? No, I just met that guy. He's just a brute carrying around my stuff because who doesn't want to carry an attractive woman's stuff?
It is habit forming.
And he's a monk, so I don't have to worry about pleasing him at all.
I see.
You might need to do that explain.
You don't need it.
Why don't I?
Honestly, he does it so naturally, I've forgotten his name even.
So by the way, Thorn feels like he's a kid in a candy store with this group.
He's got gorgeous women and
Rock on!
interesting men to have discussions with.
Hey, who's saying he's not bi?
Oh my God.
you gotta do on the streets, right?
He walks into this room and goes, yeah. Because everything's on the table.
Because a silver piece is a silver piece.
Yep.
All right. So what do you guys do now?
Get the mule and
Go to the mule.
Okay. Yeah. So it's you have the mule. He's and put 200 feet of rope on it, as well as there is he has 28 days of dry rations in there, some water skins filled up. There's one skin of wine and another skin of beer that's attached as well. Has some torches, flint tinder in there. There's a crowbar attached on there. So
Wait.
he's like, "Is there anything else you need?"
I don't know if you've seen these before. She'll pull open her healing kit and says there are herbs and poultices that we use for tending to wounds, but there's only a limited supply that can be used.
Yeah, I know. I do know of these, but we don't have any of them on hand right now. We're actually we actually gave them to now it kind of just whispers down to her children when they left. We actually gave what we had to
That
them.
makes sense. Yeah, give them all the luck they can have. Okay, well, I guess what we'll do is go from here. If everyone is ready and gung ho, let's make our way towards the Citadel of Doom. I mean, Sunless. Yeah, Citadel.
Sing such songs.
Very, very dark place.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. All right. So you guys travel on out. As I said, so you head out on what's called the Old Road, leaving Oakhurst behind you, and it's the road winds around up, still in the mountain pass, but this area is much more rugged. The road is not kept at all. There's stones, that you guys are going over. There's rocks. There's boulders along here. So you figure if this was all cleared, it would probably take maybe a quarter of a day. And so you guys will actually arrive here. It's not night yet, but it's dusk. It's spring here, and as the road as you approach here, you see several broken pillars jutted from the earth, where there's opening, this ravine, looks like basically like a canyon. It's narrow, but it's a canyon. There's two pillars stand straight, but a lot of them lean just sloped in the earth. Others are broken. Several have fallen into the darkness of the depths. A few similar pillars are visible on the opposite side of the ravine here. And the ravine seems to stretch out for miles in either direction. And you think the width, you cross the road, you can see the other part of the road, the broken road here on the other side. The width here is probably about 30 feet. Erebus, are you still around?
Chirp, chirp. I thought he was.
Yeah, I thought he was there too. I think Erebus, can you pull up, can you go into that file and pull up, there is a Sunless Citadel entrance, and just put it in place of Oakhurst. So, so as you see the ravine, there's you guys will notice that there is along one of these pillars, there is some rope, knotted rope, that seemed to lead down into the ravine.
We don't even need rope, guys. Look. I'd prefer to be like tied off. I'm not very good at climbing.
You heard her, man. She likes to be tied up.
This is sort of.
Usually I just cast a sleep spell. What? I didn't say that. Sorry, didn't say that.
All right, so what do you guys do? That's what you see from kind of as you guys approach.
Should I go down last because I can climb the best?
Well, I
You seem
suggest
the hungriest, so I think you should go down there first.
actually
Oh,
saying
fine.
use.
These people aren't gonna save themselves, so let's send this Sasku guy. That's your name, right? Sasku down the rope, since he seems to be the fighter of the group, I guess.
So far.
If you can say that about a monk, but
What's my climb?
First, make sure the rope
yeah,
can actually be
of
used
course.
safely.
I'll tug on the rope.
Let's tie another rope for sure.
I'm gonna tug on the rope. It's not tough at all, though.
So do you guys go ahead and then approach the rope?
I'm gonna go down first.
Okay, just hold on.
We're gonna tie another
Ella
rope.
will have her bow out.
So you do notice that this rope is very secure to the pillar, and it's knotted, unlike your guys' rope. In the sense where, I mean, knotted, so you can actually climb down the rope with probably ease versus a not knotted
I
rope.
still don't trust myself, guys. I don't want to fall to my death in the Sunless Citadel.
Um.
How far down does it go?
So you guys, the great thing is you all have dark vision. So you look over the edge here, and you see down this ravine, and it's definitely, you can see where it goes dark. I mean, it's dusk now, so there's not much light shedding down into this into the ravine here, but you think it's probably about 50 feet down to and then the rope goes all the way down, and it's about 50 feet down to platform, but beyond that there also seems to actually go ahead, Valiant, and make a perception check.
Okie dokie. Let me get my dice now. Alright, 10.
Okay, nope, that's good enough. Okay, so, yeah, you think it's about 50 feet to this ledge, and you think you see some stairs going further down, but it's beyond. You can see like another 10 feet down with your dark vision, but the stairs seem to go beyond that, where you just can't see. They just seem to be some stairs winding down further into the darkness.
So it goes 50 feet down onto like the ground, and then the stairs going further down.
Correct. Yep.
Alright, well he's curious. He's gonna tie another rope around the same pillar, and then he basically wants to start. He'll cast mage armor on, and then he will use both of the ropes, like almost, and start climbing down essentially.
I'm gonna climb down first, though. I'm gonna go down before he does.
Okay, so
Because I'm like, don't go down first.
there's a debate about who should go down first.
You don't look very suitable to take a hit like this guy does. Are you sure you want to go down there first?
I'm going down.
I just don't want you to perish that soon. We don't know what's down there.
I mean, we have plenty of time. There's no reason to rush. So if you wish to go first, then go first.
Yeah,
Time's
so-
on my side then.
What's my phone?
And I do understand that you have low strength, my friend. But I could sing you a song about climbing rope.
Oh my gosh.
Are you referring to me?
No, she.
No. Our 7 strength companion.
He's talking about this girl right here.
That's real.
As I light some halfling leaf.
Well, go ahead. Lead the way down.
Go ahead.
So what's the
Everyone
phone?
knows it's spliff and climb.
As if you need it.
Right. The spliff helps.
Good. Plus 1 charisma, minus 10 everything
11.
else.
Okay, so 11, you have no problem. You just start climbing on down. No problem at all.
Because I'm a one.
Now, is anybody going to climb right behind him on the same rope, or are you going to wait and let him get down to the landing?
Gonna wait.
Okay.
Well, that's
I'm
happening.
going down.
I'm going
No.
to wrap another
Elle
one
is,
out.
Elle is watching the area with her bow.
Okay, perfect.
Tie it to myself. Then tie it to the thing again. And then wait for everybody else to go down.
So once I reach the bottom, can I pull out my long sword?
Yep.
I mean my short sword. My short sword.
Short sword.
And he's gonna have a dagger ready to throw too.
Okay, so just so you kind of know, so you're on this sandy ledge that overlooks this subterranean gulf of darkness to your west. The ledge is wide but rough, sandy, rocky debris, and there's some small bones, animals cover it. And then you see this rough stairwell that seems to zigzag and down the side of the ledge, descending into darkness. So that is what you see. Who's going down next?
I'll go down next unless people are super eager.
Do you want
Okay,
me guys to
Erebus
continue?
will-
Down?
No, just stay there. Just wait for everybody else.
Okay, so Erebus is going to come down next.
Yep.
Okay.
Next.
All right, so Erebus and then Thorn after that.
Yep.
Okay. So you're coming down. What are you doing? Anything? You can't see the. Just so you understand too, it's so dark you can't even see the other side of the wall. As you descended down, it opened. The chasm seemed to open up more and more. So even with your dark vision, you can't even see the other wall, the west wall of this place, where you could at first when you were coming down, but now it's just completely widened so much where you can't see to your, which both sides they stretch the ravine, but now you can't see the other side.
I'm gonna be like.
Yeah, you actually use when you're coming down, you're actually hugging, using the wall and the rope to come down. So
A couple
I'm gonna
questions. I can't see across even 120 feet. It's further than that.
it's further than that.
Then
Correct.
I will stealth against the wall and wait till everyone comes down with my bow ready in case something comes at us.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and stealth against the wall, and then I'm gonna have one of my daggers ready to throw if anything comes at. So should I roll a stealth check?
Sure. Go ahead.
Honestly, I do as well.
15 total.
Okay. All right.
So he didn't
No
make it.
problem. So you're hiding. Elle and Sasku are against the wall. Thorn comes down.
Yep, and Thorn is also wants to hide against the wall.
Okay. Sure. No problem. All right. Who else? Who's next to come down?
Valiant will go down then.
Alright, cool. I'll be down there shortly. Just be ready to catch me if anything happens.
Okay. So Valine goes down next.
Yeah, you'll start climbing down.
Okay. No problem. All right. And then I'm assuming after that it's Elle and then Zeriel's last.
Yep.
All right. Okay. No problem. Elle makes it down.
So tying myself off to
Alright.
the thing, tying it to a post,
Using
climbing
the
down with
rope.
both of the ropes.
Okay.
I sing you a song of rope
You
climbing.
should get like advantage on that. You should get advantage.
I can't find any 80 songs about rope climbing.
That's all right. We'll probably need those later anyway.
9.
Okay. You seem to be able to do it even though it takes you longer than the rest of them
I'm
did.
like a ninja.
But you do go down, one loop at a time. You're taking your time. You're kind of a little winded when you get down there, but yeah,
Guys, I'm here.
you're good.
Don't worry, I'm much better on my feet. No,
Okay.
Not good with my hands.
So what do you guys do now? You're on this ledge. Like I said, there's rubble, debris all up here, bones, and then there's this 5-foot wide stairs that descend down, and you see the stairs that kind of switch back, and they keep going down. So you see.
I'm leading the charge.
Sorry.
You're not a rogue yet. You're not.
You have 120. So even so, for you guys see at least, because you all have dark vision, so you see the stairs descend down into a smaller platform, maybe about 5 feet wide, 10 feet long. Then some more stairs descend down to another platform that's maybe about 10 by 15 feet. And then the stairs continue, but that's beyond most of your dark vision. However, Erebus, you can see further down the stairs go down to another platform that's about 10 feet wide and probably about 20 feet long, and another set of stairs that go down, and that goes beyond your dark vision.
Okay. So he'll put his hand up to stop people, and I'll say, I'll go first. There's at least 5 landings.
Yeah, Erebus, you seem like the sneaky type, so lead ahead.
So, Bill, does it open? Is it tunnels or just opens up?
No, this is so just imagine you're in a canyon down underneath in the ground, going down this canyon. This is against the wall, this platform that you are on. But to your east and to your west, there is nothing but openness, just pure open. And then across from you as well, from this platform, is completely open, just dark. So you can't, east and west, went for miles and miles on each side. When you first came down, you could see the other side of the road, which was like 40 feet across from, the road where it collapsed was probably about 40 feet that you could see. And you descended, probably about 15, 20 feet, and then it started opening more and wider to the other side, where the other side of the chasm you can't even see.
Gotcha. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So
Question, our character question.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for cantrips, which I didn't use as a cleric, cantrips can be used every round.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Cool. I want to sing a song about not getting hit by blades. I think it's called Blade Ward.
Okay. What does it sound like?
Well, I think it's about it's done by Slayer, and I think it starts with well, maybe next time.
Work up to it.
All right. Yeah, that's fine.
There's no good 80s songs about blade wards.
No, sorry. No.
You're gonna have to start searching.
Elle will
Go into the heavy metal district.
Yeah.
Elle will stand
Tearing
next to,
apart, severing flesh, gouging eyes, tearing limb from limb. That's a Slayer song.
I don't doubt that. Is that helpful or?
That's my blade ward.
That's it.
All right.
I thought
Maybe let's not sing till we find things, just to not warn them that we're coming.
I whisper this song.
Are you okay? the whispering song. That's good.
Follow L. I'll follow L.
El just touches Erebus on the shoulder and then says, "May the blessing of Trabella follow you," and touches his shoulder again.
Okay.
Setting forth.
He'll whisper back, thanks. So I think that's advantage, right?
Yes, it's an advantage.
Alright, so I'll stealth down the stairs, Bill, to the first landing.
Okay.
And then I'll keep going to the second, moving slowly. And once I think I'm roughly 60 feet, I'll wave them forward so that they can continue to see me. And I'll keep looking down to make sure there's nothing coming.
Okay, perfect. So it goes, Erebus, yep, sure enough. So you get down to the second platform where they can still see you, wave them down. And then,
Any footprints on the ground? I guess I can do like an investigate check or something.
very good. There you go. I've been waiting to hear
it's his
that.
turn now.
Go ahead. Well, she's doing this as she's going down the
Okay,
stairs.
alright, never mind.
All right, so go ahead and make
I'll
an
make it.
investigation.
I'm a E, by the way. Okay,
Yes.
only a 7.
Sorry, I'm so used to you know who.
I understand.
Okay.
No worries.
Yeah. So actually, yeah. So you don't make out
bard's
anything.
thing like a bonus action?
Huh?
So can I give him some inspiration as a bonus action?
If you do, that has to be done before the roll.
Understood.
Just so you know. So, but yeah, you don't actually see anything as you're going down the stairs.
Okay, yeah, no
Erebus.
worries. I'll just stick to the wall.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, the stairs are very rough, but in the sense that it at least seems safe and stable. You feel like as long as you're walking down the stairs, it's not an issue, but if you maybe started running down the stairs,
Okay.
there could be an issue. So
Okay. Perfect.
you at least kind of pick that on up here. Sorry, so who was next going down the stairs? Oh, Sasku, right?
Sure.
All right, so Sasku goes down. Anybody else going down after Sasku?
Yeah.
What were you gonna do, Sasku? Get in your chair.
I am, of course.
Get in your chair.
Okay, I'm gonna be like clinging to the wall, hiding too.
Yeah, no problem. Okay.
I'm in the back.
All right, so Thorn goes down. Everybody then just starts descending on down.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, so you'll make it down to this second platform, and just so even, and so now you all see the third platform, but even for
19 over
Erebus, when you see this set of stairs going down this third platform, these are like deep stairs, and it's still beyond your dark vision. So you're going even deeper down into underground. So yeah, and so it's really dark now. So
Yeah, it's dim light for me.
All right, and then once I get that, once the stairs, so there's a part where the stairs kind of change. Is that right?
yeah, they kind of switch back. So you on the platform, you're coming down the platform. You kind of have one set of stairs. You get to a platform, they go down to another set. You get to the next platform, they go down to the next platform, and now you get to this, this third platform.
Right.
Then these just steep stairs. You don't even see another platform from here.
Okay. All right, so I'll pause there until they catch up with me.
And I would like to give you inspiration.
As we're going, I'm
Oh,
gonna check
thank
for
you.
tracks.
Very nice.
Okay, I'm
And I
sorry.
would, I just want to tell you, head games, just you and me, baby, head games. All right, too many cigarettes, too much beer, but this is for you, brother.
All right, thank you.
All right, Zariel, what were you gonna say?
I'm gonna check for tracks.
Okay, go ahead and
You
make
get
an
a 1x6.
investigation.
What is that? A D6 now? I was about to ask. Okay.
22.
All right, so, Zazriel, you definitely, discover footprints here that you see basically humanoid footprints, as well as you see rat-like like rats, probably scratch marks in the ground, but rather large rats that seem to lead up and down the stairs. That you notice as well. So yeah, you definitely see different tracks going up and down these stairs here of goblinoid, as well as probably you assume rats, but very large rats.
Okay. There's watch out for rats. Just check out for those. There might be some really big ones. These are pretty big footprints for rats.
Alright, I'll nod back.
All right. So as you descend down now to the third platform there, Erebus, at the stairs leading down these now steep stairs that you get to where you're looking down further, this fortress emerges from the darkness here. This subterranean citadel, though impressive, seems long forgotten. If the lightless windows, cracked crenulations, and leaning towers are any indication, all is quiet, though a cold breeze blows up from below, bringing with a scent of dust and a faint trace of rot.
It's my shorts.
Wait, did I make it? What? Wait, oh, I'm not there.
No, you can all the rest of you is starting
So
to
we see
descend
the
the
bottom?
stairs. Yeah, you come all
Can I
down.
make a perception check to see if I see any guards, goblin guards that are guarding the place?
It's still off in the distance. I mean, you go ahead and make a check.
Plus would be
Roll the dice.
Roll the die.
3.
8.
No. So yeah, you don't see anybody in any of the windows or any of the old battlements or anything that's up, that are up. So,
I suck at checks.
um,
But I like them. I can get fighting. I suck at checks and I can get fighting.
Alright, so how far away is the Citadel? Can I tell?
you still have to, this is just the tip of the Citadel that you just kind of see as you guys continue to descend this now steep set of stairs here.
Okay.
The stairs seem to, this narrow stairs seem to empty into a small courtyard. Apparently the top of what once was a battlement. The buried citadel has sunk so far into the earth that the battlement is now level in the surrounding floor. The floor stretches away to the north and south, composed of a layer of treacherous, crumbled masonry, which reaches to the unknown depth. To the west looms the surviving structure of what must be the Sunless Citadel. A tower stands on the west side of the courtyard.
Ready? Guys,
Alright, so I'm gonna gesture for them to stop again, and I'm gonna move down until I come forward.
Okay, perfect.
And I'll keep start to get a little more cautious, looking around for rats or goblins, whatever, for anything moving ahead of us.
All right. So yeah, surrounding this just so you kind of know, this stone courtyard, surrounded by it, is crumbled masonry, all over it. So go ahead and as you're looking here, go ahead and make an investigation check for me.
12.
Okay, perfect. So you do notice that there is a wooden door that you do notice there. So you do see a wooden door.
We're at in the base of something, or?
Yeah. So in this tower here, you'll see a wooden door there.
Okay. All right. So I'll. It's not below ground. It just happens to be at level with the ground, even though this thing's sunken.
Yeah. So this is where this courtyard is. Basically, it's it's like a one of those trap doors.
Okay. Oh, it's a door in the ground.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I see. All right, so I'll keep moving forward, looking for creatures and traps, I guess. Trying to move cautiously.
Okay. Go ahead and make an acrobatics check then.
All right, that's not bad. Oh, right off the 20. That's a bummer. Okay, so still fine. 13.
Okay. Yep. Perfect. And go ahead and make a perception check.
And nice, 23.
Okay, perfect. So, yeah, you have no problem in a sense, kind of walking through the rubble here and getting to this.
Was there a spot that I should warn them about that was slippery, or was it just kind of overall?
It's more of the sides. So if they step off to the sides of this courtyard, that's where it becomes pretty treacherous in the sense of the masonry that's just broken up from the citadel.
Okay.
And also, yeah, you do hear some scurrying along the sides as you move through. You do hear some scurrying within the masonry, but you don't see any. But you definitely hear, like the sound of, it's probably rodents or something.
Right. Big rodents. Rodents of unusual size.
Big rodents.
All right, so I'll crouch down and start moving lower. I'll point to the ground to try to indicate where to walk, and I will I'll keep moving forward, and I'll kind of wave them forward if they're not moving with me.
Oh, I'm moving with you.
Okay, cool.
Alright, perfect.
So I'm missing the visual. There's a section that seems particularly precarious.
Yeah, well, it's off the courtyard. So as long as you stay, this landing where you've come into this courtyard, which is probably about 30 feet wide, and it leads to this tower door where Erebus is at. It's to the sides of this thing is where the crumbled masonry, there's a lot of masonry that, as far as you can see down even further, goes. And so as long as you don't, if you go and mess off the side of this courtyard, if you go into the masonry, that's where it becomes treacherous. But it seems like here it's just rubble, and rocks up here, or not up here because you're down. But down here, it seems like this courtyard, which was probably a battlement. That's what you think, that this was a battlement at one time, and this is now at ground level.
It's amazing. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll wait. I got my bow out. I'm ready in case some rats come at us, and I'll just wait for everyone to gather together.
I'm with you with my throwing knife ready and my short sword at my side.
Okay, so...
Whoa. Rats? We know that we have to inspire somebody based on a song by that great bard called Rat.
No, and...
Get ready for that. That'll be you.
Keep one in mind, okay?
Alright. So Erebus, you make it over to the door.
I'm with them.
You're going right. Okay, go ahead and give me a acrobatics check.
Oh no.
8. An 8. All right. So as he's this is funny.
You're officially demoted from being up in front.
Okay, so as Saskew's walking, heading to Erebus, all of a sudden, beneath him, the ground seems to shift and move, and he falls.
I'll try to grab him.
It's too late. He actually falls into a pit here. Let's see here. Let me just see after that.
Why
Okay.
me? Why?
And
You rolled crap.
yeah, because you rolled horrible. So, all right,
You're gonna do it yourself.
make an acrobatics check for me.
Okay. 10.
All right. So that's good enough. So at least you land on your feet. So you fall into this pit and it crumbles open, and you're down in this pit, and
How deep is it?
it's only 10 feet deep.
Oh.
However, down in this pit here is these goblin. All of a sudden, these two goblin skeletons
Oh, great.
rise up.
My knife's still ready to throw, though.
And no, it's
You're
not.
not. You're gonna be falling down. It's 10 feet.
And there also seems to be a giant rat that is alive down here with you as well. So let's go ahead and roll initiative, guys.
Oh shit.
Initiative.
Sasku is demoted from being in the front, guys.
Oh.
I don't know.
And you've got my inspiration.
For that, it's not a it's not inspiration like that. But yeah, you have a.
It's an ability check, isn't it?
Yep. Okay. Abilities. Yeah, cool.
Yeah. It's an ability.
And you got 1d6 for me too.
Alright, well, great. I'm adding them all in there. See if
I guess Sasku can be behind me after this
No, that's not happening.
this scandal.
That's not happening.
Okay, so is anybody 15 to 20?
I have 20.
Oh, look.
Oh, actually, I have 17.
Okay.
Total.
So,
And I am a 16.
For crying out loud, I'm used to being grungy and getting like a 3.
yeah, you could do. So 4, and then you said you're 16.
I'm 17, so
Okay.
at least I'm quick in the round.
All right. Anybody from 11 to 15?
I'm 14.
14 is Erebus.
I'll try
All right. What is L?
L is a 7.
A 7. And what is Valian?
6.
6. All right. Perfect.
Brutal.
All right. So, Thorn, you are up. You see all of a sudden, yep, Sasku just crash into the ground
And I
here.
yell, help! There's a giant rat and 2 goblin skeletons down here.
All right. So, what do you do, Thorn?
Is he injured?
Nope.
No. Mm-mm.
I like featherfall, basically.
No, you didn't.
Well, you
You
only
landed
fell
on
double your height, so it's not that
The only
bad.
spells I memorized had nothing to do with,
It's like jumping from a slide.
What do you do, Al? Or Thorn? Sorry.
can I mock the undead?
Mock the undead?
Can I use my vicious mockery to go, man, you undead?
Try.
Some ugly motherfuckers.
They don't seem to understand you.
Damn it. Son of a gun. Then I will sing a song to my, who is Alex playing?
Sasku.
I'm gonna sing a song to Alex. And it's gonna be a song about love.
Oh no. Oh no.
Let's hear it.
That's bullshit. It's a song about love. I'll work this character out.
No problem. All right.
So he has inspiration.
Inspiration? All right, perfect. All right, so that's a D6, right?
Yep.
Perfect. All right, Sasku, you are up. You have 2 goblins that are rising up, standing up, and you have a giant rat down there with you as well.
How far is the giant rat away from me?
They're right there on, it's just a small little pit here that you're in.
With my short sword, whop at the rat.
All right, go ahead.
And then it's
The skeletons. Jesus.
Wait, do the goblin?
Go ahead. You said you were going to go after the giant rat and then ask your question.
Would a 10 hit it?
No. No. So you just swish in the
Use that
air.
D6.
and
What
just
can you
miss.
do? You can't be an acrobat. You can't avoid traps.
All right.
You can't hit a rat.
All right, Zazriel, you are up.
Hey, this isn't my best.
Alright, I walk over there
Ozzy
and I
Osbourne is
shoot
angry
my
with
bow.
you now.
All right, shoot your bow into there. Are you shooting the rat or?
Yes, I'm shooting a
All
rat.
right,
16
that hits.
for 10 points of damage.
All right, so 10 points. So this arrow goes flying into this giant rat here down here. What does this look like as you kill this giant rat?
Hey, Sasku, move to your left so I can kill the rat. And shoot it right in the right eye.
All right, and poof, it got squeal. It goes down.
That's how you do it, Sasku.
All right, Erebus.
I'll teach you a little bit maybe when you
You
get
are
up
up.
there.
So yeah, you
Alright.
you turn around as you are looking at this door. You turn around and you're like, "What?" Because yeah, you didn't seem to set this thing off. You were lighter on your feet than the monk apparently, and yeah, you see as he crashes down into this 10-foot pit, and you see Zariel just shoot an arrow quickly into this giant rat, and there's these two goblin skeletons starting to stand up.
Okay. And I've already, we fought a bunch of skellies previously. I know that the arrows aren't as good at that.
That's correct. Yep.
Alright. So I'm gonna sling my bow, and how far away? Can I get down there with
Oh yeah, you could just jump right on down there with them actually.
Okay, great. So I will draw. I will draw my short sword,
Okay.
and I will jump down, landing nicely on my feet. Let's see. Yep, decent. Acrobatic 15 to
Yep.
down there.
No problem
And,
at all.
Swing on one of the skellies with my short sword.
All right.
Okay, not a great hit. 11.
11 actually is going to just scrape against his old leather armor.
Oh, that's a bummer. All right, well, at least I'm down there to take a blow, and I'll try to position myself so that one of them will attack me at least.
All right, perfect. And with that, actually the rat is dead. I'll take that out of the initiative order. L is up.
Okay, Elle will wave her hand a little bit and bring down radiance onto one of the skeletons.
Okay, perfect.
It's a sacred flame, and so it's a DC 13 dexterity check.
Okay, got it. Thank you. Oh, natural 20. Oh, it's
I hope you're not like this in this series, Billy.
it's the new golden die that I just got from RPG Crate. Thank you.
I'm stealing that.
Not good.
You're allowed to use that on Saturday.
All right. So is Elle doing anything else then, other than being devastated?
So how close to the pit? She basically has to approach carefully. She doesn't trust the ground anywhere around it either.
Okay.
But she'll stand next to the pit with her bow out.
Okay. Perfect. All right. Valian, you're up.
Alright, he wants to make a perception check to see if there's any other activity coming due to the sudden noise.
Okay. Perfect. Actually, go ahead. Make a D20 perception.
12 total.
Okay, 12. Yeah, actually, you hear scurrying from the masonry. Seems to start being heading towards you guys.
What direction and how far away is that?
Both sides. And you think maybe a couple from each side that seems to be coming up. And in the sense of distance-wise, it's... Sorry, just covered the map.
Yeah.
My bad. You guys, I mean, it's not that wide. So from both sides from you, probably maybe 15 feet on both sides, on each side.
Alright, he kind of wants to... He just wants to position himself so he can ready in action and shoot with his longbow at anything that comes in one of the directions.
All right, perfect. And with that, now the two goblins attack. So one first will go for Sasku here. And just completely whiffs in the air. I guess apparently that's still going on. I roll a 3.
Yay!
Oh, and then the same thing. One goes for Erebus. Completely, once again, whiffing. I roll a 6. So, all right, I guess the saving throws still are coming, but me hitting are still gone. So,
Take our happinesses where we can.
exactly. All right, and it's a new round, and Thorn is up.
Oh snap! Thorn is going to use his crossbow, his hand crossbow, because I believe that's the only distance weapon. Or am I engaged?
You would have to jump down into the pit to be engaged with him.
Okay, I will absolutely do that. And let's see. I'm checking my stats out here. Rolling the die for my athletics.
Let's just be acrobatics.
Yep, so that's 23.
Yeah, no problem. You look graceful going down. All right.
Oh, snap. So
All
I
right.
can still shoot, or am I done?
Well, if you jump down there, you could swing whatever. If you want to use your blade or whatever you have, you can.
Dagger.
All right, yeah, you can dagger him.
I'm gonna stab the shit out of somebody.
All right, skeleton, goblin,
that would be
skeleton.
with a 5.
5 completely. Yeah, so you look very graceful coming down, but you completely miss the mark
That's
on.
old school grungy rules.
Yeah.
Yeah, we fist bump each other.
Yeah.
Jumping, bad swinging.
All right, and with that, Sasku, you are up.
Okay, so with a miss, he comes around and is going to swing on one of the goblins, the one
Goblin
that attacked me,
skeletons,
that
the
one
one
that
attacked
attacked
you. Okay, perfect.
Oh, and I get a 10. I miss.
10, yes, definitely misses. So, yep, you just
Personal characters.
just slice off the armor. It's great. All right, Zazriel, you are up.
Can't see the rats. They're scurrying from both sides.
No, you don't see the rats. You make a perception check.
No. I don't see
Okay.
it.
No.
I'm gonna shoot at the skeleton.
All right.
Ooh.
Might not be as well as killing the rat, but we'll try. 15 hit
15 does hit.
for 7 points.
All right. So, Sasku hits. Not sorry, Sasku. Zariel hits one of the skeletons and chinks off some of the bone there. All right.
Come on, guys. You can hit it down there. I know you can.
All right. Erebus is up.
I roll my eyes. All right, my dagger, my offhand.
Okay.
And, all right, now let's get to work. All right, so first short sword.
Okay.
I'll pick the one that was just hit.
Okay. Perfect.
And is Saskia threatening it, so I get to sneak?
Yeah, because you guys are definitely between all three of you, you're threatening both of them.
Perfect. Okay, I assume. All right, so I'm gonna do a little better. All right, I was slightly cocked, but I think I'll take it. It's an 8, which isn't great, but 13.
13 just actually gets by the armor, hits the bone.
All right,
Hits.
sweet. All right, so it was a 4, and a 3 is 7, and 3 is 10. So 10 points with the short sword.
All right, perfect. So yep, you take off another chunk of bone, actually breaking off one of its arms.
And I'm gonna come around with the dagger.
All right.
All right, no problem. It's an 18, 23 to hit.
Oh yeah.
All right, and that's just another 3 points though.
Okay. Yeah, so you chink a little bit more off of it, but it's still standing there.
And I think that's it for me.
All right, perfect, but very nice. L is up.
All right, so Elle is going to fire her bow this time instead.
Okay. At the one that they've been chinking away at?
Yep.
Okay.
And that's a 19
Oh, yeah, that hits. Just right dead into its chest.
for 4 points.
All right. And that's good enough where the bones just kind of crackle and just go on into falter into the earth there, down there in the pit. So
Nice.
very nice. All right. Anything else, Al?
She's gonna step.
He hit it and then
Oh. So that was the last one.
No, there's one that's the wounded one. There's one still completely fresh.
Okay. And is she hearing the similar noise that?
Make a perception check.
Okay. That is over 20. So.
Okay, yeah, if you're over 20. Yeah, from both sides, you hear clawing or scrapping that seems to be coming up on the rubble on both sides.
Okay. So she'll position herself a little closer to the door, but keep her focus kind of split, I guess.
Yeah, so yeah, if you make yourself around the pit and stand where Erebus was standing at the door, you'd be fine. And so your back is to the door, and you have kind of an open now to the rest. All right, with that, Valian, you are up.
All right. So nothing's come out yet, right?
Nope, you just hear the scurrying, but nothing has come out of onto the surface here on this tower floor that you're
And
on.
there's still one goblin in the pit.
Yep, still one goblin in the pit that hasn't been touched yet.
Alright, he'll step up to the edge of the pit and fire 3 magic missiles into it.
Ooh, nice. Okay. All right.
Pretty bad on the damage though. It's 7.
All right. So, what does your magic missile look like?
A little bit like Starlight. Three bright silvery lights come out in a triangle pattern and kind of arc around into the pit and kind of come together on the thing's chest and sparkle and crack burst on the thing.
Perfect. Very nice. Cool. All right. And now the goblin that's down there, he is going to try to hit Erebus here.
At me, bro.
And what is your AC?
15.
Oh, yeah. So he actually strikes down on you with his claws here. For 5 points of damage. So, yep, just scratches you, gets in, so you're bleeding a little, on the side. And with that, it's a new round, and Thorn is up.
I immediately go over to my Brohaminus there and try to give him a heal.
You definitely can. You're all right next to each other down in this thing, so.
Cool. And since I'm so used to being a healer, that it's going to be weird to actually roll a naked die. It's 1d8, right?
Yeah.
It's 2d4 plus your charisma since you're casting.
What?
2d4.
Are you casting a spell?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So your class is based on charisma.
Oh no, this is a cure, so it's a touch.
Yes.
It's not the heal per se.
So heal wounds.
It's heal wounds, right? It's still the spell.
No, it's a cure. Cure is a touch.
Cure wounds. Yep. Is 2d4.
2d4. Yeah.
1d8 plus your spellcasting ability modifier.
You're right. 1d8.
Oh, okay.
I was thinking.
What is spellcasting ability modifier again?
Your charisma bonus. So.
Yeah, I'll take that. Well, you'll take that.
Thank you, I will.
Where the hell is an 8 insider. They're just here. Oh, you win 7.
Oh.
Nice.
And that's +3, so 10.
Overheal, exactly.
Perfect. All
But
right.
it's nothing but love.
All right. And do you do anything else then, Thorn? All right, Sasku, you're up.
3rd time's a charm.
All right, tries to swing down again.
Yes! 18.
That hits.
For 5 points of damage.
All right, so you chip away a little bit on the bone there. Nice.
I can't do anything else though.
All right, Zazriel, you are up.
Is the rats by?
Huh?
The rats coming?
Not yet.
Get a reception check to see.
Yeah.
What is my perception? 14.
No, you can't see them. You're not sure how far off the masonry they're off. You know, the platform they're away from you guys yet.
Still one skeleton, right?
Yep, still one skeleton down there. Just got chinked by Sasku.
Sasku, watch out. Yep, 21.
That hits.
For
Nice.
5 points of damage.
All right, so yep, you chink into it a little bit.
Come on, guys. Just kill it so we can get you out of there.
And now, Erebus, you are up.
Alright, so do the same thing. We're gonna go short sword.
All right.
Okay, I think that's a miss though. That's an 11.
11 is gonna, yep, just scrape right off the armor there.
Doing terrible. Alright, this is doing better though.
We lost you. We're not hearing you.
Alright.
Oh, no, I got you. Yep, I can hear you.
Okay, great. I hit with the 14 hits.
Yeah, so 14 does hit.
Okay, great. And I did sneak on that one. Wow, that's great damage. 9 and just 9.
9 points. Okay, very nice. So you,
You're
uh,
offhand.
yeah, you take off like a whole side of the rib cage off of it, but it's still standing. Elle, you are up.
All right. She's going to pluck another one at it.
All right.
That's not gonna fly. It's only an 11.
Yeah. So yep, you just chink right off. It slides right off its ratchet leather armor there, and Valiant, you are up.
He will extend his hand and launch a green ball of goo at it, so it gets a dexterity save.
All right. What's the DC?
13.
And it misses. So what happens here?
So it takes 3 points of acid damage as it splatters on the thing.
Okay. So yeah, this acid sprays on its skull, and it then just kind of falls limp. This skeleton though doesn't like just shrivel up like the other one where it kind of turned to dust. This one just kind of falters down, right into the ground, and that is the end of the round. And this is where we are going to end the session.
In 4 minutes, we can kill the other
God, I
rats.
gotta go to work in the morning.
And jeez. And we will start off next session with some giant rats coming towards the group as we continue on through the Sunless Citadel, and hopefully we have your meat hook. We'll see if your meat hook's here next week, if Mother Bread doesn't take them away from us again.
But we could roll. He wanted us to roll
Roll what?
He wanted Alex to roll
these
for it.
things.
Oh, he wanted him to roll the stats?
Yep. Check
Oh.
it. Check the text. If Alex could roll up my stats, that'd be fantastic.
So let's do this then. Erebus, can you switch the cam and we'll have him roll right here?
Oh shit! Here
Live.
we go.
Hold on 1 second, buddy. Just get ready.
Oh would actually stay awake for this shit.
So we'll
Oh,
do.
that's right.
So we'll do this to end the session here. Just wait a second. All right.
No one can tell JD what his numbers are. He has to watch the session.
There you go. I even love that. Yeah. So somebody text him and say you have to watch the session to see what your numbers are.
Do you have
But
another camera, or you're gonna roll right with
yeah,
numbers?
you're gonna roll right on top of the Sunless
He's
Citadel
gonna
here.
write down his numbers.
All right, you got them. Ready? Go ahead, buddy.
Wait,
First
where
one,
was he?
you roll ones.
You roll the 1. Well, you gotta be on Twitch to watch.
9,
Ah,
11 is the first one.
11 is the first roll. Go ahead.
Second
Josh.
Come on.
Did you roll that one?
Hey, crunchy
Ooh, there
smash.
you
roll.
go.
16 is the second one.
16 is the second roll.
Nice.
It's already playable.
14 is the
14, third roll. Very nice.
All right, so he's good for a barbarian.
Yeah.
I'm good now.
Yeah, you're good now.
We need something below 10 here for him.
Oh, no.
13.
13. Jeez.
And then one more.
Yeah, one more roll, right?
2.
Two more rolls? Sorry.
Reroll the
Roll
1.
Oh, man, he's going to be a stat monster. Look at that. And, 15.
Yep, 15.
And one more.
Come on, we need a 7. We need a 7.
So the 5.
14.
14. There we go.
Really
Jeez.
Yeah, Billy's the
That's
worst in the group.
That's a
for
stat
stats.
monster right there.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
Yeah. I tell you, man, if anybody's to roll dice for you, it's got to be Alex. That's for sure, man. He is on fire when he rolls.
If you let me
Dice.
roll Billy's dice,
Well,
I'll shred anybody.
You didn't have below 14 either, did you? Yeah.
I had 11.
Oh, 111.
Well,
You didn't
it,
have
actually,
anything
I didn't
below
have.
10.
Oh,
No,
okay.
13. I didn't have anything below 13
All
because of my
right.
stat pluses.
All right, so with that, finishing off the rolls for our future, I'm definitely probably
Yeah,
now
12.
a meat hook that's coming
Yeah,
in
12.
next session. Maybe he'll save you from the giant rats that are coming.
Oh, yeah.
With that, I'm going to sign out. And first off, right before I sign out, please check us out on Saturdays as well, 6:30 Central Time. We play the Grey Guardians, where those guys are anywhere from 7th to 11th level characters.
I miss you, Mom.
A lot more hitting. We miss Josh's mom. And thanks for watching Twitch, and thanks also for the people that be watching this on YouTube as well. And hopefully we did some justice, and we'll dive really deep into the Citadel next week. So remember, it's cool to be a geek. Pass it on. Happy gaming. Good
I'm
night.
the one.